Shalom, family. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb forever and ever. You know, I expect those who stand against God to do everything they can and come up with every argument that they can possibly think of when it comes to reparations. Every argument that they can possibly think of. First as individuals, then as organizations, then as governments, municipalities. However, none of these put forth a viable argument. They even came up with a word. This is how desperate that they are. They actually make words as needed to describe something new that's nothing that hasn't been done, but it will be done or has been done, and so they started creating words out of thin air. Like victimhood. If we studied the etymology of the word victimhood, then you could see that clearly it is made up. It is made up. Like everything else is alive. Victimhood can refer to the state of being harmed, damaged, or had to suffer, especially when someone wants others to feel sorry for them or uses it as an excuse. It can also refer to a psychological profile that includes a variety of emotions and feelings, such as a sense of helplessness, passivity, loss of control, negative thinking. This way of thinking can lead to hopelessness and despair. So saith the victimizer. So saith the victimizer. I can assure the victimizer that if he or she can ascertain out of at least, I should have done the word count on the last audio that was uploaded, at least, let's call it 13,000 words. And what you come away from is, I argue, a sense of victimhood from this perspective of being your victim or wanting something from you, or better yet, to make you feel some kind of way inside, as in guilty, shame, or embarrassed. Is that what you're getting at? That I'm trying to make you feel some kind of way because you victimized people and you don't want to be called to the carpet or brought to heel or otherwise compensate the victims of your schemes and plots and crimes and policies. Would I stand correct? You know, words like this come from the same source as words like terrorism. All of a sudden, they just popped up on the horizon. You Jews knew I wasn't going to let you make it. You already knew I wasn't going to let you make it. Terrorism is a word that was specifically coined and created for the use in the American language, which is Israel, by Israel. Before, there was no such word as terrorism 25 years ago, not as we know it today. They make it up as they go. And when asked, who is the terrorist? What are the metrics used to defining what a terrorist is? Nobody seems to know. It's whatever they say, whoever they say. Hell, in 2015, the police said unto me that we will make you a terrorist and kill you. No, it 2013, when things were real hot, right after 9/11, 11 when they took everybody's rights away. Right to privacy, right to right to freely establish, right to move around, right to freedom of speech, right to protest if they can make it happen. That's what they said to me. I must have run them terribly hot to make them say such a thing out loud, that we can make you a terrorist and kill you. Imagine that. Imagine that. But anyway, back to topic. This victimization and victimhood that someone out of 10 to 13,000 words had no argument buttressing or he had no words actually against anything I said. He agreed with everything I said, and it made them feel some kind of way. So now black people, the Negro, is exhibiting a bout of victimhood. We've been here 500 years by your count, but you know the truth. And now it's victimhood. Dude, cut the brand and get my money. You coming up with all kinds of schemes now. Victimhood. Who is the victim? Me? I'm the victim because I'm the author of it, so am I the victim? Or is it the people who I would represent? I mean, is it what God would say, or God himself? Who, pray tell, is the victim? My good sir, where have you been? Have you been listening? Do I sound like a victim? Do I sound like a target, maybe? A soft target? Do I sound like someone having a tantrum on a rant? Is that what I sounded like? Because I did not mean to. Did I come across as angry or passionate? You know what? I don't even know why I felt the need to even say this. Yes, I do. Because we don't want people to get in their head that somehow the Negro is the same Negro he was before I arrived. Okay? If you can't see the difference in you and him, well, then your ass is blind. If you can't see what's happening on the world stage since I arrived, then your ass is blind. You are exercising judgment made in total ignorance of the entire situation. Or at least so it would seem. But I think you're smarter than that. You use ignorance as a tool. Let's ignore that big booming voice. It's business as usual. Act like we don't hear it. Everybody act like they don't hear it. Come on, you can do it. Go to work. Go to suite 118. Sir, I can assure you, we're not asking you. Victims ask you. Victims beg you. Victims say please. Victims say yes, sir, and yes, ma'am. I can assure you that all victims have this attribute. Within that 1 hour and 34 minutes or so, did you hear any of those things? Any of those things? You need a victim. See, that's what's going on. You need a victim. Not a physical victim, but a psychological victim. An emotional victim. Like a crutch. You don't want to feel how you do feel when it is obvious that that's how you should feel. So now you need a crutch. Deal with your issues. You have to deal with your issues. Trust me. But I can assure you, we're not asking you from the standpoint of saying, please, give us reparations. We deserve it. We worked hard in the field, and you kill us, and you genocide us, and you rape us, and you redline us, and Jim Crow. Oh Lordy, please let me clutch my pearls, please, sir. We're gonna die if we gonna get them. Actually, man, let me tell you something, man. We don't come groveling. We come empowered, not groveling, not asking. No, you will pay the debt. You can pay it however you want to. I mean, from any emotional bent or state that you choose. Give it a name. Justify it. We actually don't care. We actually don't care. I mean, excuse me. Whew. Did you hear the end of it? I think I said distinctly at the end of it that we're not asking you. The only question is how much misery and suffering has to be caused on the behalf of the black man specifically and the black family in generally before you come to our way of thinking. That is the central question. Will you continue ignoring me, seeing what I can do on the behalf of them? Everything that I do is on their behalf. You do understand this, right? You do understand this, right? Because I don't want you to misunderstand this. It's very important that you understand this. See, everything is biblical. Everything is biblical. In fact, if it's not in that Bible, I don't give a damn about it. Ask anybody. If it's not in that Bible or the Holy Quran, it's the truth also. I don't give a damn about it. That's in life. That's in my personal life. That's in my financial life. It permeates my life. I don't give a damn. So if it has been written, we ain't gonna have no arguments. It just will be done. And that is the end of that. It will be done. The only question is when. Not if you're gonna do it, when. And somewhere between if and when lies suffering, misery, and death, and destruction, and fucking calamity. Are you listening to me now, old troublemaker? Are you listening to me now, old troublemaker? Somewhere between if and then. Well, anyway, folks, it's late. Enjoy the rest of your night. Love y'all. I am Source. I am 7. I am 1. I have to keep saying that over and over and over, it seems, because the devil in hell don't pass out memos. I am convinced that hell has to be a place of illiteracy, ignorance, and bland conversation, and dumbness, because they can't carry a note. It's like every new group that show up, I have to say that. I am Source, I am 7, I am 1. God damn, give it a rest. Shit. Hey, I ain't mad. In fact, I'm joking my way out of this here. Enjoy the rest of your night. Love and peace.